Pro Football Weekly is previewing the offseason for all 32 teams. Right now we're looking at the Washington Redskins. Eric, it seems like in recent years, every year the question is who's going to be quarterback for these guys. Last year they tried to get by with John Beck, Rex Grossman. It just didn't work. What do you see him doing this offseason?
If they want to compete with the big boys, and we've got the New York Giants as world champions, we've got the other two teams at least being competitive, you've got to go out and get a quarterback who's going to be able to play right now. Not somebody to groom for the future. So that probably means that it's going to be someone big like Peyton Manning, if he's available. He's been discussed ad nauseum already, and whether he might end up a Redskin. Somebody like Matt Flynn, you'd have to take a little bit of a flyer on, and a leap of faith, if you will. He might be a decent fit in the system, although I've heard they're not necessarily infatuated with him. And if you can't get Andrew Luck in the draft, and it looks like all indications he's going to go with the #1 pick, maybe you go back to the old ways, the Redskins business, where you mortgage the future, trade up picks to try to get Robert Griffin III. I mean, that makes the most immediate sense. Otherwise, they may have to go with a Kyle Orton type and draft somebody like Ryan Tannehill to develop. So they've got to get someone who can step in right away and take command of this team. It's just not happening right now.
And Mike Shanahan was always known as a quarterback guru. We'll see what he can do with this situation. Whoever the quarterback is, they're going to need someone to throw to. They have Santana Moss. I don't know if he's a true #1 guy. Who else will he have to throw to this year? Yeah,
I mean, you can't say Moss is #1. He's a gifted guy, and I think he's best in the slot. He ideally would be a #3. Leonard Hankerson, does he have the potential to be a #1 receiver? I'm not sure. He can be very good, though. They've also got Fred Davis, who they expected to franchise and bring back a tight end. Slightly unaccountable, though. 4-game suspension last year. Not a great blocker. Kind of a one-dimensional guy. So I expect them to bring in a receiver. If it is Manning, maybe Reggie Wayne comes with him. Maybe one of those other big-name guys like Vincent Jackson comes with, too. So there are options on the free agent market.
Yeah, a lot of guys out there at the wide receiver position through free agency. The defense actually was pretty good last year. They got Ryan Kerrigan going the opposite, Brian Arakpo. Pretty good there. But the safeties next year, question marks, who's going to be there?
Yeah, injuries with Atagwe and Landry. I mean, Landry's a free agent, and it's hard to say if he'll be back, but I don't think he's going to get a ton of options elsewhere. And so for that Achilles to heal, I think there's still a good chance he comes back. But they've got to get some insurance there. There's really Dejon Gomes, the kid who played fairly well last year. I'm not sure he's ready to step up, so they very well could get themselves a safety net, if you will. Just somebody to protect themselves in case of injury. That appears to be probably the weakest spot on defense right now, assuming they re-sign London Fletcher.
Yeah, London Fletcher, Pro Bowler again. Glad to see so many years in the league. He just keeps turning out tackles. A really good player. That's an offseason preview for the Washington Redskins. For the best coverage of the league, check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.
It's never too early to start thinking about the NFL Draft, and Pro Football Weekly's new draft database has you covered. Check out updated player rankings for over 750 prospects and our exclusive PFW Stock Watch. Just go to the Draft tab at ProFootballWeekly.com.